Have you ever wanted to become a physician associate, but didn't pursue it because you thought you were too old, your grades aren't good enough, jobs that you currently have is good enough, or you don't know anybody in the healthcare industry? You ever talked yourself out of it just saying, no one's done it before, so how is it even possible? I want to let you know, as a practicing physician associate, I thought the same thing. And that's what today's video is about. To address that echo of doubt in your heart and in your mind, and let you know I wasn't always a physician associate. I wasn't always an advanced practice provider, and I came from very humble beginnings, just like most of you. So I want to give you some insight about that and share my experience a little bit, and hopefully that gives you a little bit of encouragement. My name's Jake. Folks also know me as PA Jake. I'm a board certified physician associate. I currently work in two specialties. I work in cardiology, general cards, electrophysiology, and also work in urgent care. But I wasn't always here. Just like you, I came from very humble beginnings. It was a road that was challenging at times, filled with doubt, but I'm here to tell you it is possible. Starting my illustrious career, my first job, believe it or not, was scooping ice cream at Baskin-Robbins. So I can tell you that, and I'm going to go through each one of my jobs very quickly and identify how different aspects of that job created such a huge advantage for me as a advanced practice provider. Work in customer service like many of you folks. Scooping ice cream showed me and taught me how to talk to people, how to read folks, how to provide high-level customer service, learning the true value of work ethic. Some of the most basic principles that you learn in a job like that is something that's absolutely critical to become a good advanced practice provider or provider in general. Moving my way all the way to working valet, parking cars at the local Marriott. Again, learning work ethic, learning how to problem solve, learning how to engage with different demographics in the community, understanding how big integrity is, right? That's something that every PA program is gonna really kind of just focus in on, because it is a big aspect of it, right? Doing the right thing when no one's looking. Eventually getting my way into bussing tables as well. Again, work ethic, working hard, understanding it's not the most illustrious job. It's not anything that anybody's bragging about on social media. You don't see posts glamorizing these types of jobs. These are absolutely essential to make you an excellent provider, and that, for me, it did. Eventually grinding it out, working even as a bar back, working security at the local mall and even at a local bar and grill. That's me in its entirety. That's foundationally who I am today, and I just continue to build on that. I was fortunate enough to make my way to the next step, continuing to grind through becoming an EMT, eventually as a medic, firefighter medic, engineer medic, and an acting captain for quite some time. At the core of everything, these experiences mold you into being such a unique individual with so many valuable characteristics, habits, traits that your patients will absolutely adore. And I'll tell you that from firsthand experience. To skip all those aspects of life and go directly into becoming a provider as your very first job, in my honest opinion, is a complete downgrade. You're doing yourself a disservice. And I've seen it with other providers that I've worked with, both in the fire service, as an EMT, as a medic, and even in the medical field in particular, when you skip those vital aspects of a career and those work ethics, that interaction, the personability, the ability to connect and read the room and read people and know how to adjust, problem solving. People are going to get upset, right? People are going to get mad. Knowing how to deal with that at the smaller level when things aren't as critical and as intense and as high stakes is huge as a provider. So just know what you may be using to disqualify yourself and saying, I can't do it because I'm just this, is the same reason that you will make yourself in its entirety an excellent provider. And I'm telling you that from firsthand experience. Those downfalls you see are actually your strengths. Those are your core aspects of what's going to make you an amazing, amazing physician assistant. So just know that. And I'm the one telling you that, and I've lived it, I've walked it, I experienced it, and I see it every day with every patient I see. It's reaffirmed through countless interactions that I have every day. So rest assured, that is a strength. Don't doubt yourself. Keep going, keep grinding, and believe. And one of the main aspects of working in these various jobs, just like you, customer service, valet, hospitality industry, bussing tables, you learn communication skills. That's one thing that's not talked about enough. Every interaction you're communicating with folks, and that's why these jobs that you're doing are so critical for you. That is an absolute strength of yours that you have to embrace. Outside of work ethic, communication is high on the list. And once you master that, a lot of things open up for you. And again, this is something that they don't teach you in PA school. This is something that's not in a book that you're going to read. Folks with real world experience, and I saw them in my PA program, tend to do excellent with their OSCEs or simulated patient encounters or clinical hours because they knew how to connect with their patients. So right out the gate, you're going to have a huge advantage with a background like that. Even outside of that, understanding work ethic and other aspects of the jobs you've held. Some may say, oh, it doesn't count towards my patient care hours. Yeah, it might not on paper, but where it really counts is in your interactions with these patients on a daily basis. And you'll see that. And once you get to that stage, which you will, you'll make it through the PA program into clinical rotations. You'll start to see yourself really shine because things are going to be flowing off the tongue like second nature, and it's not like you're trying to herd cats. And you can honestly tell the folks that don't have that background struggle significantly in that aspect of the program. Now, going back to a quick synopsis of my background, right? So, worked all those various jobs, learned so much about people. My overall goal initially was to be in the fire service, become a firefighter paramedic. That was my dream job. No one in my family ever did it either, so it was I was trailblazing this path, this new career that I wanted to do. And with this journey, I had to go to EMT school. So I enrolled into a local community college, took a semester-long EMT course, eventually got my EMT cert, then began working on an ambulance. Once I did that, I got experience with folks one-on-one, how to care for folks, get that exposure, and I liked it. I enjoyed caring for people and when they needed the most assistance due to their life, their life emergency, whatever they may be dealing with at that particular time. So working a couple years on an ambulance, grinding it out. I was also taking fire science classes at a local community college. Eventually got my fire science degree, an AS degree, and then enrolled myself into a fire academy and eventually went to paramedic school. I knew the quickest way for me to get into the fire service was to be a medic. So again, no one has ever done that for me. I didn't know anybody who was a medic, let alone who worked in the public service sector. So when I had to figure that out and go to paramedic school, that was a real punch in the face. Very, very difficult to do, but I got it done. Through being a medic, I was eventually working as a paid call firefighter and eventually made it into the fire service, where I did 10 years as a firefighter medic, engineer medic, and acting captain. And that sounds all great, right? So you're looking at this video and saying, man, this guy, why else couldn't he be a physician assistant with a background like that? But I tell you what, every one of those steps, that wasn't the case. You're gonna have self-doubt, just like I did. You're gonna question yourself because no one else has done it before. You're coming from an untraditional background. You're coming from a place that no one really has accomplished that feat. So in itself, it feels almost impossible. But I want to let you know it's not impossible. That's what makes you stronger. That's what builds you. And that's what gets you better. So after working about 10 years in the fire service, I had this plan to get into the medical field and become a provider and become a physician assistant, physician associate. And I'll tell you what, it was lingering on my mind for quite a long time, knowing that I wanted to accomplish that feat. And it was almost like a weight hanging over my head. And it wasn't until I made that decision, locked in and committed. And I remember that day clearly. I felt a sense of relief and excitement. And you will too, once you make that decision. So all you folks out there listening to this, if you feel you're too old, put that nonsense away. I was 35 years old when I went to PA school, and I had folks that were in their 40s and even 50s. So it is possible. For you folks that have no family or relatives in the healthcare industry, again, it doesn't matter. Nobody in my family was involved in the healthcare field. No nurses, no doctors, no APPs. And now you say, well, I got to go back to school. I'm not that good with school. I'm not a college kind of guy. I'm not a classroom guy. Neither was I. I was never anything spectacular with those type of things. I came from the fire service, blue collar, knuckle dragging fireman, smoke eating, caveman, some may say, in certain instances. And of course that's not true, but that's the stereotype. And there is some truth to that. And let's say, hey, I already have a pretty comfortable job. I'm getting by on just enough, but you're not happy because you know you can do it. You've been to those doctor's appointments, those provider appointments, and you see how these providers respond and interact with you, and you know you could do better. And absolutely you can. So again, what I've learned, your age doesn't define you. Your previous jobs and your career do not define you. Your grades, your GPA do not define you. Your background, your history, that doesn't define whether you can be a PA or not. You define you. You make that decision one day when you wake up and commit to becoming a physician associate, physician assistant. Because all those things that we've talked about that you're using to discredit and doubt yourself are your greatest strengths. Lean into those, embrace it, embrace the struggle, embrace the grind. But whatever you do, don't stop. Keep going. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. There'll be times you'll get knocked down. But a knockdown's only a knockdown if you get back up. Everybody's gonna struggle. And I tell that to many of the folks that I've coached, both EMT, paramedic students, and PA students, and pre-PA students. A knockdown is completely different from a knockout. And that's my message to you. Always get back up and you keep grinding. And those experiences absolutely make you stronger. Again, you're forged steel. It's you versus you, and that's it. There's only one person that can stop you, and that's yourself. So I'm here to tell you, I'm not gonna let you stop you. We're gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna show you the way. I'll show you the path I made, and I can show you can walk it too. So I'm gonna give you some homework. Find the 5 PA schools you're most interested in attending. Look at their prereqs. Look at their GPA requirements. Look at their clinical hours required. Start looking into volunteering and shadowing. See if you can find a local APP or MD and a nurse practitioner you can shadow and start getting yourself exposed to this. You are who you surround yourself with. So surround yourself with folks with similar goals. Use your surroundings in your community, in your social circle to help lift you up. And if you got nobody like that right now, that's what this channel's for. To help provide guidance, to help bring you up, keep elevating your game and getting you to that destination one step at a time. So start looking around at these PA programs. Dedicate some time to do a little bit of research and see what it'll take. Start organizing yourself, planning. Excel spreadsheets are great. Word document, something. But every journey begins with the first step. All right, folks, reach out to me. Let me know what you're doing. What kind of job are you holding? Are you working as a medical assistant, CNA, EMT, medic, respiratory therapist, RN? Or maybe you're in the hospitality industry and not currently in the medical field, but that is the overall goal. Are you bussing tables like I was, working retail? You let me know. Chat with me, let me know where you're at. I'll provide my guidance, my insight, my expertise from my background, not only as a practicing physician associate, but also as a previous ice cream scooper, EMT, medic, firefighter, engineer. Also, let me know what topics you want me to cover. If you have any particular content we want me to chat or concentrate about, maybe more along prerequisites. Is it patient care hours? Is it application cycles? Is it interview tips? Is it shadowing hours? What job you feel is going to give you the best benefit and exposure to become an excellent physician assistant? Are you in PA school right now, and are you struggling with certain topics? Reach out to me, that's where I'm gonna help. Do you need help with putting together an excellent personal statement, the one that'll make you stand out from the crowd? All these questions I will answer for you, but please comment below. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. A lot more coming. Again, follow me on TikTok and on Instagram and on YouTube. Visit jdpaacademy.com, and I'll see you guys on the next one.